My daughter used to eat sardines as a toddler. Then she stopped eating meat altogether. And I started doing the quiet mom math, wondering which nutrient she might be missing most. Today, I'm sharing the one nutrient I decided to pay attention to, and the 3 things that help me go from anxious to grounded. Okay, number 1, a simple 3-day reality check. All right, number 2, food boosters that help even without meat. Okay, and number 3, how to know whether your child needs basic support or more of like a therapeutic targeted plan. Okay, these are real numbers and less spiraling for me. All right, I'm Dr. Elana Roumell, pediatric naturopathic doctor, mama of 4, and founder of Med School for Moms. I'm here to help you become a doctor mom, calm when illness hits, confident in every health decision, and clear on what to do next. All right, now my daughter, Adina, is 3.5, and as a baby and young toddler, she genuinely had a wide palate. She would eat everything, sardines, steak, the kinds of foods that literally made me feel like I won the toddler lottery. Then about a year ago, she just got more selective. I don't even love calling it picky because she still eats a solid range of foods like raw vegetables, bean tacos, plenty of dairy, but what she stopped eating are the foods richest in iron like meat, chicken, fish, pork. Every now and then, she'll take a bite of a burger or maybe a meat stick. It's just not consistent enough to rely on. And because I'm a doctor and a lovingly, slightly anxious mom, I started doing the math. The RDA for her age is 7 milligrams of iron per day. And when I looked at her typical intake, I was pretty sure she'd be getting maybe 2, maybe 1 milligram a day. She's not showing obvious symptoms. She's active, she seems fine, and that can make it part of the most confusing part of all of this. She seems okay, so what's the actual problem? But as a mom and a clinician, I know you don't want to wait for obvious symptoms, right? Iron matters to those growing brains, energy, mood, sleep, and I don't want to spiral, and I definitely don't want to ignore it. Now, if you want a deeper dive on why iron is so important for developing babies and brains and all kids, we have an episode on deficiency in kids with Stephanie Granke. She's a registered dietitian. She goes into that in great depth. But today, I don't want you to panic. I want you to feel prepared. And really, I want you to know a grounded plan, okay? Just so we're clear what's happening, what your child's eating, and what we can do. Now, for this episode, I'm sharing what I learned from a clinician who focused heavily on iron in kids, Dr. Adena Garber, because I wanted an expert gut check on what actually matters most for moms in this situation. Instead of feeling that overwhelmed with every detail, I'm giving you 3 takeaways you can actually use this week. And if you love what you have and you love this information, you want the full interview and complete protocol, go inside the Dr. Mom membership. Listen to all of that. We have a special discount code for you at the end, so stay tuned. But this is such good information. Now, if you're listening to this right now, you'll probably sound like one of these. Do I test my kid's iron, or do I just supplement without testing? Or is food enough? Even if my child refuses it, or if I do supplement, how do I know if I'm overdoing it? How do I do this safely? All right. I'm gonna make this simple and doable for you. But a quick disclaimer, okay? This episode is for education and decision support, okay? It's not individualized medical care. If you're concerned about your child's iron status, please consider talking to your doctor and maybe getting some therapeutic dosing for your child. We'll go into that. Let's start with takeaway 1. I want you to do what's called a 3-day iron reality check, okay? So you stop guessing. It's not a perfect day. It's not the day you suddenly offer steak 3 ways and you're shocked that your 3-year-old's actually eating this. Here's what I did with Adina. I wrote down everything she ate, including snacks. Then I added up how many milligrams of iron she actually got each day compared to her RDA, which is 7 milligrams. That is the moment your anxiety quiets down because you stop guessing, you start seeing. For me to answer the question I kept looping on, this isn't just a one-off, it was consistently low, and it's been consistently low for a long time. Now, if you do this and your child is coming maybe close most days, maybe then you don't have to overreact. You're finding just like a pattern, and we want to take patterns seriously. So just start there, write down what they're eating, compare it to your child's RDA so you have real numbers. Okay, takeaway 2, food first. But we have to be honest about what's realistic. One of those helpful reminders from my conversation with Dr. Anna was that not iron absorbs all the same. Animal-based iron tends to be absorbed better than plant-based iron, and plant-based iron can absolutely count, but it often needs more support to absorb well. Now, this matters when your child's on a bean and dairy season and avoiding all meat. You're quietly hoping it balances out, but sometimes it doesn't. So if your child is heavy on plant foods and light on meat, you really need these boosters to really help you get to that iron need. So here are 3 boosters. Booster 1, pair a plant-based iron with an animal food. Even small amounts will count, and that'll help you get to that amount. Booster 2, add vitamin C along with that plant-based iron. Vitamin C helps with that absorption. Booster 3, maybe use a tool that gently adds iron without negotiation. I love cast iron skillets and lucky iron fish. Lucky iron is literally a piece of iron. It's in the shape of a fish. You could throw it into food, especially if there's an acidic liquid, and then the iron leaches from that lucky fish or the iron cast skillet right into your food. Now, these are no drama tools, okay? It's great because you don't have to battle your your child, you're literally just like slipping in a little bit of iron into the food or boosting it to help them meet their RDA. Okay, this actually helps me get to my third takeaway. I want you to know your lane. I want you to know, are you dealing with a maintenance support or a therapeutic support for your kiddo? And this is the piece where I see moms just get stuck because they mix up these two different situations. So first, maintenance support. This is for when your 3-day reality check shows you're coming short most days, but there's really no confirmed iron deficiency. Okay, this is where food could come first, and if needed, maybe like a low amount of supplemental iron just to help your child get to that RDA while you keep working on the food. Now, you're not trying to rebuild low stores. You're just trying to like meet those daily needs, that gap that you're finding. This is a reasonable lane to manage with food first as a doctor mom at home. Easy, okay? Now, let me give you an example. Let's say your child's getting maybe 5 milligrams of iron. You figured that out with that reality check, and they need 7 milligrams a day. So you're so close. You're 2 milligrams away. Maybe you more mindfully serve iron-rich foods or just maybe more of those boosters, and then boom, she's there, right? Maybe some days instead of food, you just decide to supplement with 2 milligrams of iron to meet her needs. So some days food, some days a supplement. This is a safe maintenance support plan that doesn't need blood testing, and it could be a great doctor mom home treatment plan. Okay, but then there's another lane. There's therapeutic support, and this is totally different. This is when there's a true iron deficiency and it's clear. It's been going on for some time and labs have confirmed it. This is where therapeutic dosing of iron supplements is needed, and it's well over your RDA. You're not giving 7 milligrams, you're giving way more than that in order to rebuild those deficient stores, okay? Now, the lane requires working with your doctor. You need a targeted plan and really a retest plan to track whether those stores are actually being rebuilt. Okay, now, how do you know which lane your child's in? So if your 3-day reality check shows a consistent gap and it's been going on for a long time, that is the moment to consider whether labs make sense and you're just not guessing. Now, a quick note on testing. Most doctors do this finger prick, what we call a hemoglobin test. And that alone is just, it's not a complete picture. Now, when you talk to your doctor, ask for more. There are additional markers that give you a much clearer look at your child's actual iron status. And we go deeper on exactly what to ask for inside the membership. We talk about markers like ferritin, serum iron, TIBC, iron sat. If your child's hemoglobin, though, is low, you're already at the later stage of iron deficiency anemia. But we can catch it so much earlier with other blood markers. So please ask for more than just hemoglobin. Now, one more practical note, if you do supplement, iron can compete with other minerals for absorption. So let's say you're taking a multivitamin and there's calcium, magnesium, zinc with your iron. It's just going to make your iron less absorbed. And there are some forms of iron that can actually cause constipation. So we always share our favorite brands of the membership. I love sharing resources with you, all of this good stuff. So it's right all in there, but please just keep those in mind about mineral absorption, and then also the form really matters. Okay, quick recap, okay? 3 things I want you to take away today. Okay, takeaway 1, start with a 3-day iron reality check. Okay, write down 3 normal days of food, add up the milligrams, and compare it to your child's RDA. Stop guessing, start knowing. All right, takeaway 2, food first, but let's be honest and let's be realistic. Animal iron absorbs better than plant iron. So if your child is avoiding meat, use 3 boosters. Pair with animal foods, even a little bit will still make a difference. Add vitamin C, and then potentially use cast iron or a lucky iron fish. And give yourself permission to not solve this with food alone. It's okay to lean on a small amount of supplemental iron if your child needs that little bit of a gap to reach your child's RDA. Okay, takeaway 3. Know your lane, right? Maintenance support uses a low amount of supplemental iron to help meet daily needs when you're consistently coming short. But it's that therapeutic support that is just well over your RDA to rebuild those deficient stores and should always involve your doctor and a retest plan. So knowing which lane you're in changes everything about how you approach this. You're gonna feel so much more calm and supported. All right, now inside the Dr. Mom membership, you can tune into this full in-depth interview we did on this topic. We go deeper into anemia in general, the exact testing you wanna ask your doctor about, including, again, why that finger prick hemoglobin is just not enough, what to request, and just how to support your kids as a doctor mom without spiraling. You want help thinking through maintenance versus therapeutic, support, how to talk to your doctor about next step. It's all waiting inside the Dr. Mom membership for you. Now, because you're a listener, you get a code podcast50, 50% off your first month. Come and join us inside the membership. And really, if you know a mom who's in this selective eating season and just quietly worried about nutrients, please send this episode to her. There are just so many kids walking around with low iron, and most moms have no idea where their child actually stands. So Sharing is one of the best things you could do for a friend right now, so please do. You don't have to keep on doing this quiet math in your head, hoping for the best. 3 days of honest tracking, just a few smart food boosters, knowing which lane your child in, that's all you need to go from anxious to grounded on this one, okay? I know you got this. I love sharing resources. Thanks for tuning in.